I was ready to dunk on him, but then he took it and basically flipped it, and now I just feel bad for him. So, F-Dot, I will spare you this criticism just once, just one time in your career. But thank you as always, gentlemen. You look fantastic. I mean, every single one of you is just so handsome. I wish I could hug you if the world wasn't on fire. But now we move into our second series here for me and Supersonic, Soberano and Nocturns Gaming. Look, I got to agree with the desk here. I think the Nocturns does take this series. My biggest pause, however, is will we see that repetitive process we saw in the previous series where open gaps on defense leave ways to easy goals? Super, your thoughts going into this one?
My thoughts are if Nocturne can play the way that they were, I think that they can get control here, not going up against 11, a team that's, a bit quicker than them and, frankly, probably a bit quicker than everybody else in the region at the moment. They've been super dominant. I think that they'll be able to get a little bit more control, a little bit more possession time here. But as you said, giving up open nets, that is an issue. In the last Grand Series, in Stage 1, they were averaging giving up 2.5 goals per match, which is a really high number. So there is defensive holes, and that seems to be the main issue here. So they're going to need a lot of offense. They're going to need to be up in the face of Soberano if they want to go ahead and take this one down.
Let's hope and pray for a great series. I'm sure we're going to get it either way. But let's get into this one, Super. It's going to be a back and forth, and I can't wait for it to happen. Gonk, who is, it was pretty pivotal to some of their offensive rotations in the earlier series, but unfortunately, both these teams sit at 1-2, so this is an elimination match. You win, you're in, and you move on to 2-2. Of course, you play one more series. You lose, you're not showing up next weekend. So we'll see what they're able to do. Awkward touch.
What a save!
Ninja not able to get there in time.
Nutty save there from Gonk. That last second touch, that was such a tough angle to get that ball pitched right up. Zaro pops one up, and Gonk looking to get it around Royales. Can't get it done. Couple little high action plays here so far.
One could say it's high octane. They pay us to say this, so this is their fault.
Nobody paid you to say that.
Thank you, Psionics.
You're getting a Psionics find him.
Pan gonna try to recenter. Zaro on net. Bump in, but a little bit late on the transition. You could tell the play was developing, but they just weren't able to knock it down.
Yeah, I thought they had it. My camera angle, I could not see Royales there. He was there for the block. Brings one across to Jan. Unable to get it done. Royales, that's the player that Subi was kind of mentioning, saying that might be the guy to kind of get them through this series. He's going to be the one that needs to step up. We'll see if he can pull that off or not. Jan going to be there to meet them in the midfield, though, and Royales unable to get it past Pon. Pon's the guy I'm watching. He had that nutty redirect. Gonk unable to get it done, but Zaro with the nutty read there, able to get it in, and they are going to go up 1-0 here to kick things off on Nocturne. Gonk, you should have had that, but Zaro, he's there for you.
It was only a matter of time. I mean, Jan was not able to clear it. The ball dribbles itself right into the sidewall. It's only a matter of time before the offense swings in. It's a 1-0 lead, kind of a gimme goal, but you have to be able to score those and move your way through the bracket this far. And that's a big demo in net. Cannot fall back and recover. It bounces off the bar. Second touch from Jan. And again, an opportunity on offense, but they're just not able to make it work. Soberano tried to push the issue, and now they'll have to play through the corner. Zaro doing his best. Pon going to slow it down into the sidewall. And now we can continue to reel this one in. Royales not able to swing it around, and now we go back to midfield.
Open net. Can Gonk get there? No! Royales with the redirect off that pass from Ninja. Gonna bang it in. I guess not much of a redirect. He's just gonna take the shot off the pass. Little bouncer to him. Easy money. Gonk can't get there. Open net situation. Really wide rotation. Their backfield leaves a lot to be desired on the side of Nocturne. Their offense gets downfield. You can see them make things happen. They look for passes. They get creative with it. They just overcommit. They stay in a little bit longer than they need to. You can see right now, Zaro and Pon are both forward. Gonk's coming through. Luckily, Pon did decide to go ahead and turn off, but again, they were all committed into the offensive half there when there was an opportunity that he may have not won the challenge on that ball. Gonk gonna come in. He's the third man, gonna jump over the two, make that shot, and they get 2-1 on the board.
Look, we can go back to the first series we saw today with Noble Gaming, and everyone did the same thing. It was full commits all the time, Everyone plays each position. You're talking about rotational defense, offensive swings, playing the point with the ball. Everyone does everything. So when you're always committing, sure, it might work. But like we saw with 11s, they were just the better team. You have to be worried about that defensive capability when it comes to closing the back line. Don't give up booming clears like you might do now. Royale is going to try to go up for this one. He will slow it. He has a teammate there for support. How would they swing this to midfield? They don't win the challenge, and Zaro was in net to bump out a player. Even with this booming hit towards the ceiling, it's still pressure back on the net that Soberano have to deal with.
Yeah, Soberano are going to have to deal with quite a bit of pressure. They're a team that allows a lot of shots on net. They don't give up as many as Nocturne, but they do allow almost 10 shots per game from an offense, and Nocturne's a team that thrives on their offensive side. Their defense, obviously, I've said a couple times already, it leaves a bit to be desired, but their offense gets downfield and it gets opportunities and chances. They're not always the best ones, but they're going to get down there, they're going to take the shots, and against a team that allows that to happen, this is, I would say, almost kind of an ideal matchup for a team like Nocturne.
Well, they hold on to a lead, but how long will it last? Royales tried to extend, will not do so. Gonk to the corner. Regain midfield control if you can. That's the play currently for Nocturnes as they play it into the corner. But a challenge out, and Ninja will not win the 50. That's going to be up towards a teammate. How do they swing back to midfield? Royales thinking about going by himself, and no one goes up for that pass. Fantastico goal from there.
Yeah, I love what Royales has been doing. Subi was kind of saying he's the guy to watch. He does a lot of this so far where he slows things down. He does off-pace touches. He's not going in looking for just a power shot. He did take the one earlier off the redirect, but that was one of those kind of gimme goals. A lot of his attempts, when you see him go for him, if you keep an eye on him, he's making these kind of off-pace touches. He's trying to dribble it through or catch them, able to make the save. Zaro going to put it back in, can't find it. Pond looking for the shot, Ninja catches it. Gonk versus Royales, and now Jan needs to get across, can't get there. Pond finishes it off. 3-2, 30 seconds left on the clock.
As quickly as they give up a goal, they're able to respond in just the 1-2-3 commit constantly, finding ways to put pressure on net. They spread the defense out to the right. That corner clear was perfect, and it's a 3-2 lead with 30 seconds left. Super, I was just going to say, it looked like the hesitation step that came out of Soberano. I mean, just being able to slow the pitch down, finding ways to, play under the ball is what they work with so well. But right back the other way we went. With 20 seconds left, it's a 3-2 lead. Nocturne's doing their best to hold on to this Game 1 win. That one's going to hang high and
That's
slowly.
scary.
Ninja down under the defender. It's as easy as that, and it's a tie game.
Yeah, really scary touch here from Pond. He was looking to get that out and boom it downfield. Unfortunately, has a misread, ends up on the edge of the ball, sends it right into the ceiling, down in front of the net. Ninja says, give me that. I'll take it every single time. We love those.
11 seconds left. We might go to OT, but Gonk wants none of that. The crossing, Zaro is there, thinking about not committing, instead decides to throw his hand at things. That's going to be 1 second left on the clock, which means we might go to OT. It will touch, and we will do just that. And honestly, this is anybody's game at the moment.
Ooh, anybody's game. Zaro was looking for the shot there. Royales got in the way. And yeah, really, this could be anybody's match. This is a true back and forth battle here. They keep going 1-for-1. Zaro looking for that top corner. Royales able to cut it off. A lot of dangerous touches, man, where these kind of drop down situations just kind of make me
Just holding our breath.
Make me worry. Yeah, you're like, I don't know about that one, man.
I don't know if that clear is going to work, but okay, we'll roll with it. Pond underneath. Can he flip it over? Royales? He will. Beautiful read. Give me the ball. Get out the way. ISO play. Here we go. 4-3 win in OT.
Takes it down. Able to get Ninja to cut back in. Catches it. Last second pickup. Just edges it out around Royales, and Ninja can't cut back in. 4-3 overtime. Just about 40 seconds in. They're going to take it down. So Flow, Nocturns, Game 1 going their way. Again, this is an elimination match. Soberano and Nocturnes tournament life on the line here. This is a do-or-die matchup.
And we're going down to the wire, and that's really the only way this matchup should be played. There's a lot on the line. and these teams are giving us everything they got. But I do want to say, Nocturns working hard on offense to find these opportunities. On the other side, their defense has not been the same caliber. Soberano was able to work their way through basically midfield, and if they were putting pressure in the corner, it was one guy doing the heavy lifting. Royales was able to slow the ball down and bait defenders out of position. So I do have pause when we look at Nocturne's defense, and that does worry me. But as long as they're scoring, surely Supersonic, that can carry them through to next weekend.
It definitely could. We will find out if it does or not, but if they can get a bit of momentum here, Nocturnes is a team that can. They can get down there, they can get offense going. I just really want to see the defensive side clean up because they're making these good plays on offense, and then it's just kind of open net hole situations in the backfield.
We'll move into game 2. It's a 1-0 lead. If you're just joining us, it was Nocturnes taking it in overtime in game 1. It was a 4-3 win. Back and forth. The defense was questionable, but the offense made up for it in more than one capacity. We'll move this one to midfield with 425. 2 defenders in the back of the box, and they'll be able to take it away. Corner grab boost. Nocturnes have all the resources in the world to commit to this ball, but they are still struggling to find a way to clear it out of their lower third. War of attrition won by Royales, burning a lot of boost to be able to extend it. And with all of that said, Supersonic basically a net zero, and we move back to midfield.
Yeah, Pon actually looking to try and get that one in off the backboard, unable to get the touchdown, and nobody really able to convert. Both teams kind of playing a bit slower than we saw towards the end of that last match. They're kind of feeling each other out. It almost feels like we're in like the start of a game 1. We're in game 2 here. Gonk with a good touch there, and Pon wins the challenge against Ninja. Looking for the touchdown to Gonk. Yond is there to knock it away, though. Good read from him.
If Soberano could just survive a lot of these hits, you see them swing this transition and get a couple of good looks. Here's one. Jan blocked away by Gonk, so the chance was there. Now we fall back. The transition's going to be one. Sorrow by himself misses it a little too wide to the right off the post, but they're going to continue to follow this ball up with the second and third chance opportunities into the corner. But again, it looks like they hold on to these pushes. Jan with a big save. They might take it back to midfield and swing. Zaro doing his best, and they'll clear this one back out.
He was actually looking to drop it down to Pon. It just wasn't quite out far enough for Pon to commit. He was coming forward and had to turn back off of that. It would have been a really nice pass if he had dropped it just a hair further out towards the midfield. Zaro going to look to take this one himself out around Jan, and passing plays, again, really the name of the game. They really do just look for midfield passes over and over again, immediately touches it again back up into the midfield. They're just trying to throw them high and hope they can catch the defense off guard. So far, they have not been able to, as Jan makes a diving save there on the goal line.
Let's go this one to the corner. Sounds good, Spaceman. Let's do it. A couple of challenges ensued. No one's able to really win possession. It looks like for the moment it will be reeled in. Soberano catch him lacking, and once again the defense questionable as there's a hole in the back end and they take full advantage.
Well, you sit there and you think about it. Look, everybody's downfield. That was a high-flying ball. There's a lot of time on that one to go ahead and try and get back, but you've committed so far downfield that there's just no chance you make it back in time. And that's the issue. It is the overcommit, the holes in the background. They do allow a lot of goals. They allow a lot of shots on their net. It's just, can they outshoot the opponent? They really are one of those teams that's just looking to have a shootout.
Mind the gap. That's my one critique, if I could give one a Nocturne. Just mind the gap. Just keep it in the back of your mind. It's a 1-0 lead currently. Soberano have done a fantastic job of holding strong on defense and being able to transition this ball out. Can they win the recovery effort now at midfield? Ninja has very little boost to be able to get back, and Gonk is going to try to carry this one down. Ooh. Pinch there. Zaro, top shelf. It works perfectly like that.
This is one of the hardest things to play against here. Gonk doesn't get the demo, but when you get the ball and you get ahead of it there, he ends up getting the bump, which bops him back into the ball, which creates the opportunity. But what he was doing is one of the hardest shots to block in Rocket League. Almost one of those impossible blocks if the person's moving fast enough, because it just takes you off the field and the ball rolls in through the smoke. Your second teammate can't even see what's going on. So great effort there from Gonk to go ahead and create that opportunity.
Zaro, that's going to be on net, but it should be saved. It will be. Jan doesn't get the clear, and that's a mistake. I don't think he had the boost to be able to get this one out, but oh, it's just hard to watch.
I think he was hoping to have his flip still flip into that one, and he just lost it. He probably lost it a millisecond right before then. He was up just a little long in the air and couldn't get any power, so he ends up just dead dropping it for Zaro, and he's going to take those. Gonk, high, looks for the bump on Jan, can't find it. Oh, gonna do it. Oh. Immediately with the comeback here, Jan comes down, fakes off Zaro, brings it around him, and is able to just put it wide enough that Pon can't get there. Thought Royales punched it in, but it wasn't. It all just came off Jan's work there. 2-2, immediate clap back again. The shootout, just one for one, back and forth. Pon, what are you doing? Stop bringing it across your open net, man.
Vamos, Soberano. Tied 2-2. The bird is back. He's having a field day, so we're gonna keep him on moving forward. Gonk on net. Oh, what a save. 2 commit on that one. But it looked like a man among boys as we tied this game up 30 seconds. Still time to fight over the attack. It at least continues into the corner. Gonk 2 touches. That's going to hang. Pon's there. Follow-up shot. Top shelf. Upper 90. All of the adjectives. It all works.
Yeah, great touch there from Gonk to catch Ninja off guard. Thought Pon was going to be able to get it. Great effort from Royales to break up that shot from Pon. But at that point, they double committed on one of the balls. No one left to make the stop on that final shot. And they are going to punch that one in. Zaro with the hat trick. All 3 goals coming by his hand. Royales, great touch. Oh, just wide. I thought he did it to him for a second there. Ninja tries to put it in low into that bottom 90. Can't find it. And everybody committed a bit far downfield. They're going to need to get something here. No time left. Royales picks it up. Jan going to try and take this one up the wall to keep the time going. Good clear out. Down to Royales, but Pon with the bump. Doesn't want any of that. He's going to jam up that passing lane and just get him out of the way.
Oh, God. Super. Every time we swing this transition and we watch Soberano play through the sidewall, I always just have out of the corner of my eye, I'm looking for a player from Nocturns to be able to rotate. No one's there, so they leave the back end of the net open far too many times for me to be comfortable, and that, again, gives me pause. It is a 2-0 lead, but you gotta have someone in net. These are opportunities you leave out, like a full spread for the defense to have a complete hold on. And it's making me worried, man. It's making me worried.
Yeah, these are matches that should be, to me, feel like they should be wider gaps. Nocturne's just giving open nets. Yeah. The situation for them when they're getting scored on, and they're allowing these games to be close. It really feels like it should be running. In that last match, Ninja really had some trouble trying to get involved. I mean, I know we don't typically use the scoreline all that much as an indicator. Open net. Gonk gonna find it off the kickoff. 3 seconds in. Nocturne puts one on the board. But Ninja, he was having a bit of a rough game last match. Couldn't pass the 100 mark. Ended up at like 81 or 87 points. That really just kind of indicates he wasn't able to find his place on the field and get involved.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to play 3v2, I mean, in any game, man, disadvantage or not. It's hard to play when you just can't find your rhythm. So surely to be able to fix things here, we move into game 3. Series point, awkward defensive hit, and they're able to reel it in, and Gonk will take it out. 2 touches to extend to the corner. Now we move into the blue half. But this is series point. This is match point. You win, you move on, you lose, you go home. Can they spread the defense? You could tell he wanted to thread it towards his teammate, but just not able to get there. Good defensive hold thus far, as Nocturnes are going to swing this the other way.
Yeah, Ninja had an opportunity there, and he could pick pass or shoot, and he does end up trying to go for that shot opportunity rather than the pass in. I think he had a little bit wider room to work with on that left side. Should have taken the opportunity over there. Possible open net here. Pon looking to bunch it in, and at the last second, I don't know if it was Ninja or Royales, one of them at the last moment there, gets in, makes a touch to make sure it doesn't come across the open net. Whoa! Royales, what a touch there, just wide though. Again, open net though. They had 3 players on the backboard, 1 wide right and 2 on the left side. Nobody actually covering the net.
Yeah.
You typically want to jam that up a little bit there. You don't want to commit that far out into the wings. I mean, they were sitting on the walls almost out in the corners.
That one's down, and just, wow, 1, 2, 3, perfect. Paint it for him. Let him know what kind of watercolor he's using. Pastels? Nah, it's a brush. Pan with the punch in.
What?
I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. This bird is getting to me, man. I gotta tell you, this woodpecker is getting to me.
Paintbrushes? What's going on here?
I don't know.
Ninja gets bumped though. Woo! A little bit of panic there. Zaro gonna be able to get this touch. Let's get back to the game. You hang out with the bird. I'll cast the match for a little bit here. Real is gonna bring this one in, looking to solo it by. Pon is gonna get in his way though. Ninja needs to get back. Zaro trying to find it. Almost sneaks it in on the post, but Jan able to make the save.
I was just thinking about how BDS, one of the compliments I gave them as a team is like when they fly to the ball, they're like gnats. Like they never go away from trying to commit on a hit, trying to commit on a rotation.
Yeah.
Right now, it reminds me a lot of how Pon and Zaro and Gonk are playing. Like every time you watch them play the ball into the sidewall, it's Gonk or Zaro going up for the initial hit, and then Pan will usually run point down the line to be a lead blocker. Like these guys just do not give up. It was a 1-goal lead, Super, with 4 minutes to play, and they were playing it like they were down 3 goals. They are relentless on offense.
Yeah, they feel like a team that really plays well through the corners, right?
Yeah.
Even on defense, you can see that they sit in these weird spots where they kind of leave open net, but they live in the corners. Gaunt coming through and Pon both have so much control through the corners where they've created passes, they bring it through, and then put that last one where they put the banger off the top down. I think it was Gonk finished it off. Whatever that pass was. Yeah, from Gonk to Pon was disgusting. Those touches in the corner is really a highlight for me of this team.
That one's on net. 2 will come in on the save, but it leaves it up to Gonk, who can bring it down. He will. Zaro, and saved away again. So these hits aren't super powerful, right? You're not getting a lot of pressure behind the ball, but you're killing time and you're causing disruption, and that's the most important part. We have 1:30 left. Finally, Soberano will be able to get past midfield, but every time they do, it's Pon taking it away, recentering. Zaro elects not to rotate in for a hit, but they've burned 20 seconds off the clock on 1 hit, and they continue to do this, just taking away chance after chance that Soberano have to come back in this game.
Soberano keeps hitting these midfield touches, right? And we talked about it in the last series, we're talking about it in this one. Midfield passes seem to be the name of the game. And really the rotation now on the side of Nocturne, they're not going all the way back to net. They're trying to play this midfield, but there's always somebody there to cover the midfield. So they're just trying to jam it up and make sure that nobody comes through. What a little touch there from Pon. Might drop right into the hands of Gonk. The Ninja does get a touch. Pon gets creative, man. He goes for some of these touches that are just kind of nutty. You're like, why are you even up? Oh, you might actually do this. His redirects are crazy.
And I love that everyone does everything. I mean, the second chance opportunities on some of these touches, right? Like they recover off a bad pass, they go up for it anyway. Little boost, doesn't matter. They're always trying to extend the ball. And the redirects have been almost perfect today. But, what a cross. Oh, I love South American Rocket League. Look at this.
This is a great one right here. Gonk with a kind of an off-pace touch. Zaro, immediate chase, able to get that ball before Ninja can get there. Cleans it up, 3-0. They are making quick work. Now they look like the faster team on the field. Even with the mistakes in the backfield, once we got into this match, they've really cleaned it up by just kind of dominating the mid. And if you can do that, and you're that style team, you can make it work. That's great. They weren't able to get it done against 11. They are going to get it done here against Soberano.
It's another 3-0. They lose 3-0 to 11s, and they take a 3-0 of their own to move to 2-1 in the bracket, which means they play one more series. Hopefully for them, they will be able to continue forward and possibly move on to next weekend. But unfortunately for Soberano and for the Brazil fans, Soberano has been knocked out. They will drip or drop out of this bracket, and they will not be seen next weekend. So we wish them the best. We hope this team sticks together and continues to give us the great Rocket League we've seen from them in this series. But Supersonic, moving forward, look, Nocturns look a lot better on offense. Much more commit heavy, but they're making it work. They're actually connecting on their passes, still defensive issues here, but I want to get your take on the series, what you're seeing from this team moving forward.
Yeah, Nocturns is still that team. They are an offensive team. They get down, they ball chase in through the corners, they make creative touches on challenges. They're basically just trying to keep that ball bouncing around back and forth in front of the opponent's net. It's not necessarily looking for a shot every time. They just want the ball to be in that vicinity so that somebody can come through and make a finish. And that's why they stay forward so often, and they just play that midfield. It does leave holes in the backfield. They do give up goals, but once they get in rhythm, they really can just play lockdown offense and just keep you stuck in your half, which is kind of what we saw there in that last match. So Nocturns, when they get the right matchups, I think that their playstyle works really well. But if they make it through into the next week, again, you run into a team like 11. Teams like that are going to give them some trouble. So we're going to need to see them clean up the back end if they do make it in, or they will need to for next weekend. They're going to have to clean some of that up with these teams in the upper end of the bracket.
Mind the Gap Supersonic, and I always love your input. You're one of the best in the game at it. And if you guys want to stay up to date with the conversation, hashtag RLCSX at us at RL Esports. I promise you, if you do that, you'll get your rewards. You don't have to exclamation point claim anymore. You get rewards if you keep up to date on the conversation on Twitter. So let us know what you think. Let us know if you think Supersonic's correct, because of course he is. He is the best in the game. We're going to throw it to a quick commercial break, and when we return, we have more South American Rocket League for you guys. We are going all day strong, and we'll see you guys in just a minute.